Hello, algebra students. Today we are going to be starting our lesson 3-8. So we're on the last page of our note packets, and we're going to do the first section of this called unions and intersections of sets. So before we begin, let's explain what this means. And many of you have done these in elementary school, these Venn diagrams. And so just remember what they mean, right? Like, if you're talking, let's say, about two people, person A and person B, right? The middle part is going to be what you guys have in common, and then anything on the outside is something about each person, but not exactly what they have in common. So in math, what these have some names, right? So the first name is called a union. We designate that with this symbol. It looks like a U, like a wider U. And a union is all the elements of both of the sets. Whether they're in common or not, it's everything. The intersection is designated with that upside down looking U, right? It kind of looks like a lowercase n. And that's going to be the middle part. This is only the elements that the two sets have in common. And then there's a third type, and that's called disjoint. And disjoint, notice in this diagram, your two sets are not even touching. So disjoint means that two sets have no elements in common. Okay, so if you need to pause the video, go ahead and do that and write the rest of the definitions down. But I'm going to go ahead and show you what this means. So we're going to start with unions. So here's the scenario. In your left pocket, you have a quarter, a paperclip, and a key. In your right pocket, you have a penny, a quarter, a pencil, and a marble. What is the set that represents the different items in your pockets? Okay, so if you're talking about both your left and your right pocket, and since you're talking about both, you're talking about a union, and you would write that like this. Let's say L for your left pocket, the union of your left pocket with your right pocket. So we would write L union R is equal to, and then we do a bracket for our set. And so in this case, we're talking about things. So in the left pocket, we have a quarter, and I'm going to designate that with a QU. We have a paper clip. We have a key. And then in our right pocket, we have a penny. I'm going to do a PE for that. And we have another quarter. Now, we've already written it from our left pocket, so we don't write it again. We have a pencil, so I'm going to put a PEN for that. And we have a marble. So what we have, the union of both sets, what we have in both of our pockets is a quarter, a paperclip, a key, a pencil, a key, a penny, a pencil, and a marble. And so this is the union of the sets. It's what they both have without repeating the one that they have in common. Okay, the second question is intersection of sets. So let me show you how to do that. So problem 2, set x. X is a natural number less than 19. Now remember, natural numbers are the counting numbers starting with 1, and it's got to be less than 19. So this is all the numbers from 1 to 18, not the decimals. Set y is an odd integer, so anything positive or negative and odd. And set z is a multiple of 6. Okay, so the first question is, what is x intersect z? So if we were to put these two sets out, x is all those natural numbers less than 19, and z has to be multiples of 6. So what do they have in common? You write like this. X intersect z is equal to, all right, so let's think about this. Numbers less than 19 that are multiples of 6. Well, 6. 12 is our next multiple. 18 would be our next multiple. Our next multiple of 6 would be 24, but that's higher than 19, so it's not in our first set. So this is it. This is our intersection of the two sets. Okay, let's do another one. What is y intersect z? So y has to be an odd integer, and z is the set of multiples of 6. So y intersect z is going to be, well, are there any odd integers that are also multiples of 6? No, they're not. So this is the empty set, or no solution. And this is what we call the disjoint sex. Okay, that's it for the first part of our 3-8. So if you are at home, our assignment today, our homework that's going with this, is to do 3-8 practice, numbers 1 through 15 only, and we're going to do the second half tomorrow. Okay, if you have any questions, feel free to come see me or email me.